Okay, apologies for starting a couple minutes late. It's 7:04. We are back into open session. Drawing a blank here. Kathy, is there any public comment?
There is not.
Okay, thank you. And any board member have any suggestions for changes to the agenda? All right, if not, then we will move into the public hearing for the 2024 budget amendment. Is there a motion to open the public hearing on the 2024 budget amendment?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any public comment on the 2024 budget amendment? I'm not used to having this many people in the room. All right, you're all here for the students, okay. Is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing on the 2024 budget amendment?
So moved.
Second.
All right, with that, I will pass it over to you, Dr. Ryan Toy.
Do you need to do a roll call on that one? Okay.
It does mention roll call.
Oh, do we have to do a call? Oh, I thought this was just, okay. Kathy, could you call the roll?
I can. Ms. Claps? Aye. Mr. Marhol?
Aye.
Mr. Barsadi?
Aye.
Mr. Hunt?
Aye.
Ms. Gunn? Aye. Ms. Kalick? Aye. And Mr. Muirhead?
Aye. All right, with that, I will pass it over to you.
All right. So the first item on the superintendent's report are our Student Achievement Awards tonight. So it's great to see so many family members and students in the audience. And I'm going to, I am going to turn this over to April May, our principal from Hauser, and Dr. Angela Dozel, our director of teaching and learning. To get us all started, I think the board would like them to come up and stand on the stage. And do you want to direct what kids are going to do? And okay,
So students,
why don't you all go?
when your name is called, you're going to come up over to this side to see Dr. Dozel and tell her your name, because you're going to get here at different times. She will find your certificate. You're going to come up the stairs, come across the stage, and you get to shake hands with every single board member and the superintendent. And you shake with your right hand. Okay, so everybody raise your right hand, students. Make sure, families, make sure they got the right hand. That's the one they're gonna shake with.
That's pointing at me, right?
Okay. Also, I am going to apologize before I start. There are a lot of names, some really great talented students in the district. I apologize if I say your name incorrectly, but I'm going to do the very best that I can. So the first group of students that we're going to acknowledge are the 8th WSCAE Annual Student Art Expo winners. So when you hear your name, please come on up. Mateo Albaran, Gabrielle Dorley, Enzo Kinoshita, Victoria Murillo, Vivian Perez, Beatrice Ryan, Lily Stasik, Luca Valenzuela, and Jacob Zavala. Congratulations. Our next group of winners all come from 4th grade for the 28th annual AAUW poster contest winners. So please come on up, 4th graders, when you hear your name. Anjali Athmanathan, David Baptist, Harvey Claps, Jasmine Collin, Marie Dudzik, Lindsay Fott, Lenora Gardy, Clara Knowles, Teresa McAllister, Max Vega, Ava Alcala, Ben Brooks, Rowan Burns, Tamsin Delajewski, Connor Huffman, Michaela Marungo, Amelia May, Connor Shannon, Jake Sherman, Kira Sievert, Gabriella Sotelo, Lennon Siporek, Theo Thorpe, Sebastian Torres, Josephine Weiss, Anika Jans, and Ella Mae Zalewski. Congratulations to all the fourth graders. Next, we wanted to congratulate the 7th grade boys volleyball team for winning the Salt Creek Valley Conference champion. 7th graders, Truman Carnahan, Antonis Cernicheko, Walter Chase, Henry Hall, Dominic Cowell, Thomas Martin, Dean Maubin, Jaden Patchett, Drake Solis, Gavin Sweetster, Richard Weiskell, Clayton Burns. That's the 7th grade boys volleyball team. The 7th grade girls basketball team also won the Salt Creek Valley Conference champions. We have Phoebe Baker, Brooke Bennis, Elia Burswa, Grace Campbell, Katie Dolzel, Mia Melvin, Monica Munch, Ava Runquist, Ella Ryzewski, Lua Smith, Iris Ungaro, Ella Wilkowski, and Lily Zimmerman. Congratulations to those girls. One more sports team, the 8th grade girls basketball team also won the Salt Creek Valley Conference champions. We have Addison Butler, Madeline Dan, Claire Evans, Demetra Foster, Ileana Gomez, Nuala Lubeck, Greta Lupfer, Lucy McAllister, Gwen McNally, Sloan McNally, Mia Wichmanowski, and Reese Zalewski. Congratulations to that team. At Hauser, every year our students have the opportunity to compete in a book bowl, and we have the 3 top winning teams. The top team was the Reckitt Readers. For the Reckitt Readers, we have Charlie Hall, Emmett Knowles, and Josh Thompson. On the Better Bowler team, we have Graham Brower, Ethan Schmelling, and Camden Truesdale. And for the Let's Talk Books, this team is Alex Hoker, Violet Ricker, and Liliana Santini. Congratulations to all the book bowl winners. Thanks for dressing up. I need to make sure. Okay. I need a correction there. The Better Bowlers were first place. Got to get that right. And the guys did dress up. Our next winners are the Creative Writing Contest at Hauser. First place winner, Sophie Dickerson for Pitfall. Also, the other actually was co-authored by Amanda Kruger. Second place winner was Kaylee Saucedo for Below the Horizon. And third place winner was Lua Kinoshita for The Daughter. Congratulations, young authors. We have Hauser History Bee winners. First place, Frankie Harford. Second place for the History Bee, Cameron Glennie. And third place for the history beat, Will Herman. Congratulations. The Illinois Principals Association Student Recognition. This goes to fifth grader from Hollywood, Lucy Avalos. Okay, the next one, hang with me. We got a lot of fourth and fifth graders who are part of the Noetic Competition, Honorable Mention, and National Honor Roll. We have Kai Aboud, Natalie Anderson, Maddie Brower, Ty Chase, Harvey Claps, Grace Daly, Joseph Donlin, Lindsay Fott, Jackson Garza, Leonora Gardy, June Hoffman, Sienna Incandela, Luca Jansen, Aiden Kazmarchuk, Zachary Kazmarchuk, Elise Kleiber, Everett Knapp, Colton Kretz, Ella Lavui, Amelia May, Gabriel Morgan, Robert Parker, Reagan Plain, Stella Prosser, Ella Schmeling, Tommy Strobel, Theo Thorpe, Ryan Uribe, Max Vega, Ruby Walsh, and Andrew Zhang. Congratulations to all of those fourth and fifth graders for their math competition. The next three students were recipients of the Perryman Scholarship Award for choir. We have sixth grader Ella Chesman, sixth grader Harper Wilhite, and seventh grader Ivana Zaper. Congratulations to those singers. This is when I have to try to find something to fill the space. It's the awkward moment for me standing here. Come right up here. Congratulations. Lots of really bright students in this district, as you can tell from all the names that are being called. All right, moving on, we have speech and drama team ribbon winners. So these students participated in the West 40 Speech and Drama Festival, and they all took second place. So I'll just say that at the beginning. We have Jadiel Alvarez, Brooke Bennis, Dylan Bolt, Fielding Campbell, Gino Cardenas, Amelia Sellis, Josie Chase, Ronan Sishan, Asher Cochran, Jolina Diaz de Leon, Henry Lee, Ann McGee, Danny Makovetsky, Acadia McGonigal, Rodis, Clara Rodriguez, Izzy Ruggless, Mikhailo Rurka, Ella Schexnader, Sal Smego, Gianna Tomaszewski, Harper Wilhite, and Ethan Willie. Congratulations to all those students for their speech and drama. And last but not least, the students of the month from January, February, March, and April here at Hauser. So for January, we have Alexandra Baptiste, Gino Cardenas, Cameron Semino, Evelyn Hoker, Lila Marhul, Allison Sievert, Sophia Swalick, Charlene Wang, and Ivana Zaper. For February, we have Jacob Acuna, Jaden Ayala, Eric Durbin, Ian Durbin, Sebastian Galvez Burns, Timoteo Gonzalez, Judy Gisa, Delilah Kasiba, and Matthew Conchis. In March, we had the following students recognized: Maya Aboud, Grace Campbell, Taylor Garcia, Diana Gonzalez, Sam Kasparic, Moses Monroy, Declan O'Brien, Isabella Ruiz, and Kennedy Surden. Congratulations to those students. And finally, for April, we have Jayla Cajamarca, Tegan Coughlin, Molly Curtin, Francis Jimenez, sorry, they've got that switched, Omar Guzman, Walter Hennigan, London Love, Ivana Smoya Bravo, Abigail Noah, Louis Soto, and Gavin Sweetster. Congratulations to all of the students here tonight.
A big round of applause for all of our students. And to our family members for bringing the children out tonight. So thank you so much. And we are going to continue on with the rest of our Board of Education meeting, which you are welcome to stay for, but we also understand that you have busy evenings ahead of you yet, so yeah.
It was one of the last ones that was like March student of the month. Yeah. Oh. Diana Gonzalez.
What's that? Yeah.
There's a lot.
We have
Diana
learned.
I'm gonna double.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
for,
this one is eucalyptus spearmint. Is that calming?
you can hear okay? All right.
We need to.
Actually, that smells pretty good.
If ever you can't, just give us a,
Okay.
when I'm in the mic, so, okay.
Because I think the sound's traveling back through the Zoom.
Turn it on and then just clip it.
Well, but that goes, that's this one. This is just for the, all right.
Oh, was that? Okay.
If you can't hear us for whatever reason, just give us some sort of signal. All right. Dave, you gotta speak up tonight.
Thanks for the heads up.
So did you see us or see anything when we were up on the stage?
No.
I didn't think so. It reminded me of, I was in a hotel meeting when the video went out once, and I'm just kind of like just staring there back at my screen for an hour.
But we have a full screen picture of you, Selena. So.
Yes, we
No.
do.
Yeah.
We're getting better at this.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said
She said she
can
can
hear
hear.
okay. Why don't, we'll keep them just in case. Yeah, I can hear her. Okay. Yeah. I think we're good for now. And once everybody else clears out, I don't think it should be much of an issue.
I'll continue with the rest of the superintendent's report. Another critically important item is May is Teacher Appreciation Month. We've had Teacher Appreciation Week. I want to thank our PTAs and PTOs for taking really wonderful care of acknowledging our teachers, but I also wanted to take just a moment here tonight and appreciate our teachers. As you know, their work is core and central to everything we do here in District 96, so it seems like a minor thing to take one night and appreciate and congratulate them, but indeed they are appreciated and congratulated for their wonderful work really all the time. Also, it's Nurse Appreciation Month, so wanted to appreciate our wonderful school nurses that really do a wonderful job helping our students stay safe and taking care of a lot of minor injuries and occasionally some things that are more significant too. So they have a really unique job and serve a really important role here in the school district. So I want to take a minute and thank them for everything they do. And then speaking of safety, we actually had our 2024 annual safety meeting. So I shared that information for all of you. That is something that we do annually. We gather with Riverside, North Riverside, and Brookfield Fire and Police, along with Parks and Recreation, all of our district leaders, all of our principals, and we review safety protocols and just problem solve together around how we can continue to improve safety in our district. And again, just a group that I really appreciate them taking the time and taking our work here in terms of school safety so seriously. They are indeed great partners on that. And then, shifting gears a bit, I attached the agenda for all of you to our most recent half-day professional development, which was on April 26th. The entire staff actually gathered here in the Hauser Auditorium, and we heard from Yvette Dubiel, who some of you have heard. She's the same person that did the Illinois Association of School Board training on diversity, equity, inclusion, and she provided a half-day professional development for our entire staff, and then she is scheduled to actually continue with us through several sessions into next school year. And you've all heard about that along the way, but our first session with her, with the entire staff, as you know, the administrative team has worked with her over the course of the year, and we had really great feedback from our staff too about the session, and she's able to pack a lot in a short time and handle a really important topic in a meaningful way, so we appreciate that. And then, last but not least on the superintendent's report is the Hauser graduation, which is scheduled for May 28th, and I know Kathy is sort of collecting RSVPs from all of you and feedback from all of you. We hope that our board members are able to come, or that many of you are able to come, and that is always another really special night, and it's hard to believe it's already here. Not next week, but the next.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
11 more school days left, right? Or 10 now after today? Wow. Okay. That is it for the superintendent's report.
Okay. Kathy, you got all your attendee responses that you need?
Yeah, I have one that I'll reach out to.
Okay. After the meeting would be a good opportunity. So if you haven't responded to Kathy, be prepared. Okay. So we will move on to the, let's see, consent agenda. Could the board secretary please read tonight's consent agenda?
Sure. Tonight's consent agenda consists of minutes from the following previous meetings: April 3rd, Committee of the Whole meeting, April 17th, regular business meeting, along with the minutes from the closed session meeting, the personnel report as presented, the payables pre-list as of April 30th, as well as the payables pre-list as of May 15th, the 2024-2025 staff appointments, and the approval of holidays for administrator, district office, non-union support staff.
Is there any item that anyone would like to remove for further discussion before we vote? Okay, Kathy, could you please call, I'm sorry. Is there a motion for the Board of Education to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Kathy, could you call the roll?
Okay. Mr. Marhol?
Aye.
Mr. Barsadi?
Aye.
Mr. Hunt?
Aye.
Ms. Gunn?
Aye.
Ms. Kalick?
Aye.
Ms. Claps? Mr. Mayorhead?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right. So that moves us into board member comments. Anybody Been anything fun? Do anything interesting to bring up tonight? School related?
I'm trying to think of.
Narrow that down. Yeah.
How long it's been since we last had board comments? Did we talk about the eclipse, when the kids gathered for the eclipse? When was that? That was definitely, oh, that was definitely, I think they had that gathering at Blythe Park, and the kids were having a great time, and, you know, everyone had their glasses and was using them appropriately, and I was glad to have been there, glad to have seen that with everyone. The enthusiasm was infectious.
I could actually, because I live Ames and then like across the street and then behind that, I could actually hear the kids outside doing a countdown. I'm not sure for what exactly, but somebody thought 10 seconds and it was going to be like, I could hear that. So yeah, the energy was high for sure. Very excited about it. I'm in like all things fifth grade right now. I've always heard about the whirlwind of the end of the year, and now I'm experiencing it. So the musical was actually pretty good. Like Mr. D did a really good job with that. The one last year was good too, and I think I'm a little biased because my kid was in this one, so of course it's better. But it was a camp theme, summer camp theme, and the kids like going to summer camp, and I thought all the kids did a really good job, and he did a great job presenting that. So that was really fun. A lot of positive comments around that too from parents talking about it afterwards. And then the talent show, and that's always just comical to watch. Everybody up there, all the different routines that were in. There's 42 acts, I think, at Ames this
I
year.
heard 38 were about Taylor Swift.
Oh, there's so many Taylor Swift ones, yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, that was interesting. So. Anybody else?
I will also put in a comment of, as we're nearing the end of the year, it's great to be participating on a daily basis, the different alphabet days. Greatly cannot wait. There's a lot of enthusiasm building for Pajama Day, which I believe will be coming soon, maybe this week. So.
Well,
I guess one thing quickly for me is a few of us attended the teacher recognition dinner and appreciation event last Friday, and it's just such a beautiful event. It really gives the opportunity to see the teachers in a different way and see what a beautiful culture and community that we have here at the district. And so teachers were recognized for, I think it was 10, 15, 20, and 35 years, 30 and 35.
I think 25, yeah.
As well. But just a really beautiful event, and I think it's certainly a practice that we should continue into the future, because the teachers really seem to enjoy that and feel appreciated.
I agree.
That's all I got.
Yeah, and I think Donna plans that, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Donna
she
McLaughlin
did
in
a
our
good job,
office,
as
yes.
always. She did a good job with that,
Yeah.
put that together. All right, last call. Anybody else? Okay, moving to old business. So we are now going to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget amendment that we just did a public hearing on. So is there a motion to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget amendment and the resolution authorizing the transfer of $2,200,000 from the educational fund to the capital projects fund as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion before we vote? Okay, Kathy, could you call the roll?
Okay. Mr. Bersadi?
Aye.
Mr. Hunt?
Aye.
Ms. Gunn?
Aye.
Ms. Kalick?
Aye.
Ms. Claps?
Aye.
Mr. Marhold?
Aye.
And Mr. Muirhead?
All right,
Motion passes.
thank you. Next topic is adoption of the ELA curriculum that we talked about at the last committee of the whole meeting. Is there a motion for the Board of Education to adopt the Amplify Core Knowledge language as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All right, the only comment I'll make here is we did have pretty extensive discussion at the last COW meeting. So I don't know if there's any other comments that anybody want to bring up, but I will just call that out before we vote. So if anybody's interested in this, the last meeting, I don't know, we probably talked about this for what, hour and a half, something like that. So I think it was a really good discussion. It was pretty deep. This one was a little bit trickier to come up with a recommendation based on other ones, and so it really was a good, well-presented recommendation for us to approve this. So I don't know if there's any other comments before we vote.
No, I think your point is good, and we did have I think actually having a less clear winner was actually good for us because we heard more of the nuances of what goes into how do we define a good curriculum and what we're really aiming at. So that was helpful.
If nobody else, Kathy, could you call the roll?
Okay. Mr. Hunt?
Aye.
Ms. Gunn?
Aye.
Ms. Kalick?
Aye.
Ms. Claps?
Aye.
Mr. Marhol?
Aye.
Mr. Barsadi?
Aye.
Mr. Muirhead?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. The next item is the Press Plus 114 policies that we also reviewed last meeting as well. The motion here, there's a lot in here, so I'm just going to kind of hit on a couple of these before I call the motion. The motion is fairly generic, but we have a new policy in here, 2:270, discrimination and harassment of the basis of race, color, and national origin prohibited. We talked about that last meeting. And there's also a question in policy 5:100, staff development program, that we have elected to go with the default of no to that question. And then everything else were mostly footnotes or review and monitoring stuff. And then we also have policy 8:30, visitors to and conduct on school property, which we slid in relation to some of these other things that are in here, just to enhance the language we have there in that particular policy around engagement with each other, essentially. So is there a motion for the Board of Education to approve the second reading and adoption of Press Plus number 114 policies and policy 8:30 with our updated edits as presented in Board Book?
Yes. Second.
All right, so Stephanie's first, Joel, did I hear Joel second that? Okay, all right. Kathy, could you call the roll?
Ms. Gunn?
Aye.
Ms. Kalick?
Aye.
Ms. Claps? Mr. Marhol?
Aye.
Mr. Barsadi?
Aye.
Mr. Hunt?
Aye.
And Mr. Muirhead?
Aye,
Motion passes.
okay.
Sorry, I'm so used to talking about it, but you did a great job summarizing for us.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I'm like, wait.
As I got into
I
that,
don't
I
have
was like,
anything
maybe
to
I
do
should have
but
had
vote.
Stephanie do that. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
no,
Stephanie.
I appreciated that because you identified and highlighted the main one, so.
Okay. Okay, that's all the old business. So we got 2 items on new business. First one, math curriculum supplemental tools proposal.
So these are 2 curriculum tools. They are not core curriculum. They are added intervention tools, but they do represent essentially a adoption of curriculum materials in a way. And so we wanted to make sure that this was brought to your attention. Really, Angela is the expert on this. If you have questions, Angela, is there anything you want to share in general? I know you shared a detailed memo here for the board to take a look at, or if the board has any questions.
I think we were prepared for this one. I believe this was in relation to some of the stuff we've discussed in the past. I guess my only clarification was there was the Dreambox comparison, so it looks like we're substantially lower in these materials, but more targeted to the grades that we need. Would that be the right way to?
That is correct.
It seemed pretty straightforward to me, other than just that clarification for myself. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay.
All right. Thank you for that.
Family and community. The next one is family and community partnership engagement guidelines.
Yeah, so this is something that our Family and Community Partnerships Action Team has been addressing sort of a big idea around creating a positive, proactive and more explicit document that the district would share on our website, would share through principal newsletters, would provide for each teacher to share with parents on a regular basis. I'm sure there are other ways, other layers in which we would share this. This really represents an important idea in school districts. It's something not all school districts have that. As you know, we have very detailed, we have the visitor policy that was approved just tonight that also now extends into more like social media and email and that kind of thing. This is really designed to be very different. This is really meant to be kind of that, as I said, that proactive, positive piece. Parents in the committee, Family Community Partnerships have shared that, there's really nothing that says exactly really what our expectations are. We talk a lot about our expectations for students. Certainly our relationship with families, with parents is very different than our relationship with students. And yet it's critically important that we have a good working relationship, that there really is trust and mutual respect, and also just kind of how to, right? And there's always, each school district, I think, kind of has their own way of doing things. But this represents kind of a broad framework around working successfully with our families. And already teachers and parents have shared ideas like, wouldn't it be great to hyperlink this to something maybe about how parent-teacher conferences really go, or when you do have a concern about something happening in the schools, how do you really sort of escalate that? And we always talk about start first with your child's classroom teacher, and then if you need to have more conversation, talk with the principal, and talk with the district office, with Angela, Nora, we're all available as needed to help problem solve. But I think just sort of setting that out in writing in a way that we can share it publicly and regularly is something that really makes a lot of sense. We worked with an outside facilitator who does a lot of educational research work. Family engagement is kind of her core area of research, and so this is something, this came from, we looked at many, many different examples from other school districts, private schools and public schools, and this really became kind of the best framework. I would still consider it a draft right now. We just yesterday shared this with our all-district leadership team, which is the building leadership teams from all 5 of our schools. Got some very nice feedback about it, positive feedback. Teachers, I think, feel that this feels good. This feels important to put this kind of, these kind of agreements in writing. The teachers, the other part that I still want to wordsmith and work on would be maybe even saying something more about social media and how families and schools use social media, and sometimes, to be sort of candid, not always social media to the positive, but how do we build sort of that constructive way of using social media that supports the schools. And certainly if there are concerns, we want to problem solve, we want to address things, but maybe addressing them through social media is not the most effective channel. So people have asked about a way that we would perhaps say something more about that, sort of a positive, constructive use of social media. Also maybe more about how to access support for not just like a concern or a disagreement, but how to access other supports, and not getting into long-winded, I'm looking at Nora, not a long-winded overview of special education here, but perhaps making some comment or notes here that would direct parents to the right place. Teachers also asked if parents should sign this. That was another question that had come up. Is this something that parents do sign off? We have a parent-student handbook that includes our very formal sort of code of conduct. Parents do sign off on that. You sign off on that in the registration process, which is often a, yes, I've read and I understand, and it's one of those that probably gets maybe not all the attention it deserves or should have. But this, again, different intention here. By design, a one-page document, clear, concise, readable, and something that we would share frequently in multiple ways. Any questions or any comments? The board, and this is new business, so the board wouldn't vote on this tonight. Kind of thing like, I would love for the board to endorse this. I certainly would love to hear tonight sort of feedback from all of you. But then ultimately, whether the board should approve it, endorse it, it's not required action, but I think it would be really valuable for the board to say, yes, we've seen this, we review it, we've reviewed it, and we also think that this is how we want to engage with families in our community.
Well, this is going to be my first question. Is it didn't feel like an actual board vote type document, but I appreciate you bringing it and just talking about it in this forum to share it. And my first thought looking through it, just not even reading it, but just looking at it, was very familiar. We have agreements between the 7 of us and you. We've got an agreement between the 7 of us that we facilitate. We'll be talking about on June 5th in our self-assessment. We've got the code of conduct, all these different things. So for the family and community partnership to bring this up, it felt like another version of just 2 groups of people coming together and having something written down. And as I read it, a lot of this seems pretty basic, but I think having it written down and having that shared understanding is always good. Just something that you can refer to, and people saying like, we are agreeing as a community, this is what we're going to hold ourselves to. So I do like that aspect of it.
No, I agree that this is, it's the way I look at it, this is it sort of simplifies the policy that we just passed tonight. So it makes it a little more clear for people to follow. I would almost agree with, I don't know if what others' opinions on this are, but I would also think that the board might just want to endorse this. It's like you said, it's not a votable item, but I think if we can just maybe, like, once it's finalized, take a look at it, make sure we can endorse it. I think that might be a good idea, because I do feel this is very important. Like you said, we have agreements amongst us, so I think it's a natural extension of what we already do.
Yeah, almost a supporting document to the policy.
Exactly.
Well, what does that policy mean? This,
Right.
yeah.
So maybe it was said and I missed it, but when are we imagining this would be distributed to parents?
So the kinds of things I envision would be placing it on our website. I would see placing it, attaching it to maybe communications that I send. I would give it, not I would give it, the principals would have it, and I think they would attach it to their principal newsletter, whether they attach it first time of the year or every time they send one, every single, like at Hauser, I'm thinking it's every week, right? Is it just an ongoing attachment? Teachers may want to share it at in the first parent information night of the school year. So I think we would just look at a variety of ways. And I think that's the best way that you kind of get word out, right? That, and again, it's not the same as policy. It's not the same as the discipline handbook, but it represents something different. And we would just want to make sure that it's communicated as broadly and as effectively as we can.
Yeah, I don't know, you mentioned something about signing it. I don't know if I'd be comfortable going that far, because it's not really a formal document, to your point there, but I do like it. I like it. I like having it as a reference.
Yeah, I like the spirit of it. I just ensuring, I forget what all languages we translate documents into, but ensuring, sometimes like the 3 C's, I can assure you that does translate well into Spanish, but I'm not sure other languages, if something like that would track.
Yeah.
Just making sure there's, thought being given to that, which I know we often do. But yeah, I mean, I would endorse it. I like that it does mimic and mirror kind of the spirit of the policy that we just updated in, I think clear, easy to understand language. And I really do like one of the end results also just being the modeling, right? This positive behavior for our children. But yeah, just the translation piece is my kind of
That's a good
lingering
point,
question. Or
Yeah.
I have 2 in favor of endorsement. One's in its finalized form, and am supportive of having this distributed in a meaningful way that will get many eyes on it. So whether it's at that first open house night, or if it's sort of incorporated in a shorter form into our annual district communication that we send out to the entire community, or if it's actually a 1-page handout that the teachers hand to parents at parent-teacher conferences. I think sometimes just links get ignored. So if we put this in front of the community, I think that, we've invested a lot in this. And so I think it's important that we should share it.
Joel, Marlo, you don't have to say anything, just want to make sure.
I don't have anything better to say.
Yeah, anything to add, anything to add.
I mean, I was there.
Right.
I was at that meeting.
Oh,
I missed
right,
the first
yeah.
meeting, but I was at the second meeting. And I think it turned out great, the final, because we were kind of speaking and writing all at the same time. So I think this version of it came out really great. And I think it's what we envisioned. Yeah, so I look forward to having the rest of the board endorse it, because I think it's really important.
Thanks.
All right. That's it. I don't see any other public comment. Okay, so future meeting dates will be June 5th, 2024. That's going to be our board self-assessment, so that'll be a fully closed session with IASB.
Right.
Yeah. And June 12th, regular business meeting, I'm sorry, that'll be at the library at Ames. The June 12th, 2024 meeting will be here at Hauser, but down in the Learning Resource Center at 7 p.m. July 3rd, no meeting. That would normally be a committee of the whole, but 4th of July weekend, we're going to cancel that meeting. July 17th will be a regular business meeting at 7 p.m. here in Hauser Learning Resource Center. Closed session if necessary. August 7th, 2027, committee of the whole, 7 p.m. at the multipurpose room at Hollywood School. And then August 21st, 2024, regular business meeting, 7 p.m. here at the Hauser Learning Resource Center. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.